Hello, welcome to the Redeye Stream number 267. Yeah, I didn't freeze to death. Damn right, I am back, coming live to you from the horrible Cascade Mountains where we fucking survived snowpocalypse 2019. God damn it. And the people in the valley could all get fucked. We need supplies. Nope, can't get supplies. There's nothing left. Not even a goddamn bottle of water on the fucking shelves. It looks like Hurricane Katrina came through. You guys have what, 3 inches of goddamn snow on the ground? We got like 4 feet. We got trees falling all around.
If you're surrounded by snow, why do you need bottled water?
Yeah, exactly. Just put the fucking snow into a bottle and then.
We had no firewood at the beginning when the power went out, dude.
Yeah, but you can use ambient temperature. God, it'll still melt. Put it in the house. It's warmer. It'll melt. God Almighty, you can't get water. You got you surrounded with bloody houses.
We didn't melt snow, you dick. But
yeah, no, we're not dicks. You're the one who said you didn't have water.
No food, no water, no nothing. Because the people in the valley don't know fucking how to handle a couple inches of snow.
MADDS' family just went totally feral for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But hey, if it was that cold, you should have set fire to one of your neighbours' houses. You'd have had fresh food, nice heat. What's your problem?
I suppose. I don't know. That first night, though, when the trees were falling down, one went right through my mom's house, damn near decapitated her old man. Another one went through my neighbor's house. A tree fell, knocked out my gutter. A limb fell, hit my shed, didn't take it out. Thank God. Fucking just bought that damn shed. But yeah, no.
You got to do land management, mate. This is what it's all about. You know?
No, we're told we're not allowed to mess with that stuff back there. It's the landlords. Yeah, no, they just wait for the trees to fall on us. It's fun. I think maybe they were taking bets on whose house would be wiped out. I don't know. You know how it is. But what I missed in the last couple of weeks, guys.
What didn't you miss? It's been an exciting freaking week. But before we get to that, oh, the weather outside is frightful. Damn, I'm not going to go on to that.
No, you
gotta do, baby, it's cold outside.
No, you know, I remember the power goes out, and I just think to myself, looking outside with all the snow, and I'm just like, fuck off, MC. Fuck off. And yeah, you get a tiny bit of snow in Arizona, and you're flipping out. I laughed at you once, and I get snowed in for a week and a half. Fuck you, MC. Fuck you.
Yes, that's MC's secret weather satellite. Did that.
So what have we missed? Well, let's start from the Wayback Machine, right? Do you remember the Democrat senator from California named Kamala Harris? She formerly known as Kamala until apparently she wants to change her name to Kamala.
Why? Is she going to be fighting Andy Worski? Never mind.
No. Now, she was one of the district attorneys, and she was talking. Remember how she was talking about smoking blunts when she was in college, listening to Snoop Dogg and stuff? Were you there for that?
No, but I wish I was there for the blunts and the Snoop Dogg. That sounds like a good party.
Well, it turns out, of course, that when she was in college, Snoop Dogg hadn't made a record yet. He wasn't even he hadn't even got started that. So basically, she got called out for that. I got
her defense. Mandela effect. All right. In her universe, Snoop Dogg was already rapping.
Okay. Well, that's fine. But her father called her out and said, "What the hell is this bullshit about? Just because you're from Jamaica, you're a freaking stoner, right?" So her father blasted her for it, right? At which point, Kamala wasn't finished, however, at least not pissing off her father, who she then started talking about on this, reparations for slavery and how all this should be going for reparations for slavery. At which point her father basically sent out another missive going, "What the hell are you talking about coming from slaves? Your family's roots go back to your great-grandfather who was a slave owner."
Oh dear.
Okay, so so I think Kamala Harris's time in the sun might be diminishing rapidly.
Holy shit! Oh.
So you missed that, apparently.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting. That's like me talking about reparations. It just doesn't make any goddamn sense.
You were the black. You're the descendant of a black slave owner as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, her father apparently is having some issues with Kamala and her portrayal of things. So there's that.
It's pretty bad when your dad comes out and goes, "Bitch, shut the fuck up."
MC, don't forget to tell Mad about Juicy. He would have missed all of that.
Oh, you did no. You saw Juicy Smollett. You were there for Juicy,
Yeah. I was there. That was right before the power went out and everything. I was still sick, but I was around. I remember that. Yeah. He hired a couple. What were they?
Nigerian guys.
Nigerian princes.
Yeah. They promised him $1 billion.
And I'm looking at the chat. I see Wolfshot in there. What's up, Wolfshot? Tema.
Join us.
Tema, I didn't die. Yeah. How was the weather up there? Because it fucking sucked where I live. God damn it. The snow is still outside, but it's raining, so it's going away.
Yeah. But Mad Dodge is having trouble understanding that snow is water, so he had plenty of water when he didn't.
Oh, you have. You know what, dude? Go eat some fish and chips. Shut the fuck up.
I love my fish and chips and a glass of water. It'll be snow melted. I'll take it out of my freezer.
Well, no. Speaking of food, though, I'll tell you a short little story. Yeah, the kids were bored, and they're like, "Tell us a story." I'm like, "All right. Have you heard about the Donner Party?" And so I explained to them what happened with the Donner Party. About an hour later, my oldest daughter goes, "Did that really happen? That was just a story, right?" I'm like, "No, that really happened in the Sierra Nevadas, like not in the Cascades, but yeah." They got snowed in and they ate each other. By the way, whoever gets the shortest straw, we eat.
Yeah.
I just started handing out straws. Is that what you're doing?
It's like silent, having a personal Silent Hill with you. So
we'll just draw pickup sticks here. Here, I'll put it in the can of the reaching high. Whoever gets the black stick gets eaten.
Right, we're only taking the leg.
We'll start with the leg, and then when everybody loses a leg, then we'll start with the other leg.
You got a cycle. Everyone gets a chance. I mean, come on, it's all progressive, you can't leave anyone out. Everyone loses a leg. Everything's got to be equal.
No, Daddy, I like my leg. Sorry, it's for the greater good.
Yeah.
It's for the collective.
That's right. We're all Democrats now, children.
Oh God, that's just too accurate to be true, isn't it?
So then the next thing that I'm sure that you would have loved was that has absolutely nothing to do with politics per se, was it came out that STD has been authorized a third season.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Why? Why? Who is watching? Who is watching this show?
I know. Well, what I want to know is who's funding it. I mean, which person has this? I mean, they know that they're pissing their money away. They must do. They have to.
Well,
nobody's watching it.
I can tell you what's probably happening right now. Okay, you got to remember this whole thing is tied to CBS's All Access, their attempt to break into the video market, the internet market.
Well, that's a bad fucking choice of a series to choose, you know, to
well,
break in.
It wasn't a bad choice of series to choose until you chose the wrong people to do it. Okay, doing it off of a Star Trek franchise would create a lot of nerd buzz, which would gain them a lot of followers on the internet instantly if they had done it right.
Well, I'll just shoot the fucking script right.
Don't count that series as ever going to be made. Remember, they said they were going to have a spin-off of Michelle Yeoh's character. That isn't happening. I guarantee you that season 3 of STD will probably be 5 to 10 short, 10, 15-minute.
It'll be YouTube vibes.
There's a lot of talk, and I don't know how true any of it is from the people who, you know, are more in the know than I've been. Right? They've been saying things like one of the reasons why they re-upped it for a 3rd season was exactly what Boy said, is that they're going to do shorts, and they're doing it for contract reasons for some of them from the cast. Apparently, their contracts were for 3-year contracts, and they don't want to just eat the contracts.
That'd be better than having to put us. Yeah, but why don't they think about the fans? You know, don't put out this shit. You know, think about the fans. Why they don't want to be exposed to this.
The other reason why they're doing it is so that they can try and get Picard out, thinking that somehow Picard's going to save this.
It is going to save it.
Yeah, but they turned him into a fag, apparently.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
I'm sorry, Mod, but no. Picard isn't going to save this because every Star Trek fan has seen what they've done with Star Trek, and they're not going to watch the Picard show.
I'm going to watch the Picard show, and if they do it correctly, they can make this work. They're setting it after Nemesis, which is good.
I'm sorry, Mod, but if you're going to watch that, you're a traitor. You should have died in a snowstorm.
You see, I'm with Voice on this one. I agree. You and your kin. Stop breeding.
If MADD is going to support CBS, AMC, get your weather satellite out again and put it.
Yeah, you're a bad man, MADD. You're a bad man.
No, what they're gonna do? Patrick Stewart's not gonna let them fuck over Picard. They're not. He's not.
Are you fucking kidding me, MADD? MADD, who do you think was behind the creative direction of fucking Nemesis?
Nemesis was all right.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm waiting.
You're getting worse, man. You're getting worse by the minute. How further can you dig?
You see, MADD,
I think you worn out that shovel. You want a fresh one?
That should be all my.
This was all right.
Exactly. Look, don't give you shovels anymore. We're just going to give you a spoon.
Hey, no. Did you expect them to kill Data? I bet you the answer is no. That was out of left field.
That was one of the things that I liked.
Actually, that's one of the things I didn't like. Actually, no. In Nemesis, it would have been better send-off if Picard had died. That would have actually been better.
It would have.
No,
it would have. You're right. It would have been better.
Well, I mean, it would be better for his career. That's for damn sure. So he wouldn't end up getting sucked into some fucking disaster. It's like kill him off before he ends up in this shit.
I need you to do me a favor, MC. I need you to get in contact with some of those people that don't exist and make sure Patrick falls down a set of stairs. Don't kill him, just make it so he can't make the thing.
Oh, just give him AIDS.
So then that was the.
No, we're still talking about Picard. Damn it, we're not.
In the same light, there was this whole kerfuffle about Rotten Tomatoes. Turning off
Captain Marvel.
Turning off the pre-screening commentary. Are you going to see the Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Turning off the links to that so that people couldn't say that they weren't going to go see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it went from what was it? It got down to 24%, and
before they managed 26, 24%.
Yeah,
they capped it. Now I don't know anything. All right, I mean the reason that I won't go see, at least not initially, the Captain Marvel movie has nothing to do with Brie Larson or any of this crap. Aside from what gets me about this is what they did all the way back to X-Men, where they screwed up X-Men in the storylines with X-Men. And knowing the storylines from way back when with Captain Marvel, I know they're going to screw that up too. So
but Captain Marvel has never gone anywhere ever. Every time they tried to launch it as a as a comic book, or did they even try and do a cartoon or whatever? It's always flopped. Nobody cares because it's so ridiculous, and it's a like super-powered person that can do everything and do nothing, and it's like, what's the point? I mean, it's the ultimate fucking Mary Sue.
What's the worst thing about Captain Marvel is that when she gets together with the Avengers and one of them asked, "Where did you get your name from?" "Oh, I got my name from the company that created all of you." That's fucking stupid.
Well, Captain Marvel started off as a man.
So hang on. So is that not appropriation then?
Well, no. Captain Marvel started off as a man, and at least the storyline somewhat convoluted, granted, but the storyline fit when the everything was transferred over to the woman, right? So that part of the storyline, it's got a history, it's got a storyline that you could build on without destroying.
Hang on, are you telling me that Captain Marvel is a trans?
No, I'm not saying.
Well, he went from being man to being female, so
the original Captain Marvel died, and he transferred his powers to Danvers.
How did that happen? Did she, fucking when he was dead?
No, intercourse, yeah. It was kind of like
the first.
It was like
Captain
that singing
Marvel,
Garp, You ever seen Garp?
Yeah, that was a great
he was
fucking
in a coma. Yeah, fucked him while he was in a coma and got his powers.
No, that's not. But they could have done a lot. It's just that they because you could go into the whole Kree Skrull war if you really wanted to do it. The Kree Skrull war. But
wow, there's some imaginative writing right there, MC. Kree and Skrull. Woo.
Kree Skrull.
Skrull. Skrull.
I just have to interject here. Nobody gives a shit about these superhero movies anymore.
No, they don't. Because they don't have any substance. There's nothing behind it apart from just either special effects or some fucking social agenda. They don't have a storyline behind them. And the characters you really don't give a shit about because they're all acting like total twats.
Well, Alita Battle Angel might be okay. I'm interested in actually going to see it.
No, Alita. I've heard really good things from that. I spoke to a friend of mine who saw it, and they said it's definitely a winner.
Yeah, don't mention that robot women. You'll have Jensen fopping.
you got your knob out, Jensen.
I'm not admitting or denying anything.
Yeah, you got that mushroom. You're playing with your mushroom.
I like what Batman said. I think Mad should read it out.
What?
Oh, all right. Why not? Mad Dodge. I was held prisoner by Dodgers fans. They had tied me to a chair and attacked me with baseball bats. They kept missing me. Yeah, fuck you, Bat. But you know what? That is a
brilliant.
That is a good segue into something I kind of wanted to bring up. News that I saw.
Fuck, that's funny.
A little bit of news I saw the last couple of days on my phone. So the Giants are in a bit of trouble, right? The CEO beat up his wife, and now their center fielder got a DUI in Arizona during the Cactus League for spring training.
They always do that. I mean, that's standard fare. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. Are we talking Rounders here or something? Not,
Yeah, he went back to Rounders. He's trying go. He's going to his safe space.
Oh my god.
Well, no, it doesn't happen every year, and the Dodgers don't fucking have that shit happen. I mean, the Giants organization seems to be coming apart at the seams, and I couldn't be happier, to be honest.
So that happened. Obviously, Trump went on his North Korea trip, and the North Koreans basically changed the deal, and then, of course, later on tried to claim that they didn't, but they changed the deal, so he said, fine, I'll walk away.
Wagga, 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 wagga.
And so he walked away. But during that time, of course, the Democrats were having the Cohen hearing, where Cohen was coming back, and the first thing he does is he goes, Trump's a misogynist, racist pig.
Speaking of woke superheroes,
So what if he is? I mean, seriously, what if Trump is a racist, misogynist pig? Does that affect his ability to do his job? I don't think so.
It didn't affect Woodrow Wilson's.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously, it doesn't affect his job.
Well, it can in certain regards, but
he's also a businessman, though, MC. So,
hey, Batman. How you doing, mate?
Still alive. See, I broke you there.
Hey, Batman.
Hi there, Jensen. But he's a businessman, so he's not the type that's going to let his personal points and views affect his job.
Well, the thing is he is a businessman, and he has his own, way of going about these things. All right, he's not used to working in a collective to try and work behind the scenes to get certain things, to get people on board with decisions. He's used to being able to dictate, which is one of the reasons why the politicians absolutely hate his guts here, right? Especially the bureaucracy that because he's threatening it.
I like that, the bureaucracy.
It is
bureaucracy. You said bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah, but you said bureaucracy until your last president.
You did. Yeah, it's true.
Okay, whatever.
I remember it. Yeah.
The government workers.
Qualified it.
Government
Get down to the nub.
MC, do you want a ladder to get out that hole?
I'm gonna get corrected, Jordy, on freaking how to say this.
Yes, so that's making it look even worse now.
Of course, I did call you Welsh the other day. Jensen stuck up for you, but
yeah, no, there's no reason. Yeah, but there's no reason for that.
I didn't know where it was.
No,
yeah, I mean, let's fix MC. We all know you're just a Mexican with elocution lessons.
Yes, very much so. Sí, señor. Sí. Hable español?
Go away, you silly dago.
Uno, dos, tres. I mean, I was watching Dora. I got a few words down.
Yeah.
Hey, swiper, no swiping. Anyway, moving on.
Hello, Dodge.
If they'd have shot Swiper at the early on, they'd never have a problem with him again, would they?
That's what I always figured. Like, Dora just goes, back. Give me my Glock. Bam! Swiper, you're done.
Go gangsta on your ass, boy.
Hey, Map. Where's the crack dealer now? Yes, we've all seen.
Actually, they're probably sawing him out at the moment on the side of the road.
Like, can you not remember back when College Humor was funny and they did the Dora the Explorer thing? Oh, it was fucking hilarious.
It was so long ago when they were funny, but I do remember those days. They did used to be funny. Speaking of dumbass
too young to me
on the internet, we were talking off air about this, but I got to bring this up on air. What the fuck? Steve Shives is getting a grant?
Yeah.
Like, MC, why? What's wrong with the world?
Actually, it's not a grant. It's medical aid, so he can go to hospital and have a he can have a penis grafted to him.
They claim that he was a great commentator and that he's well known for his Star Trek videos, and everybody loves him.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, to be perfectly fair to the man here, when it comes to his Star Trek videos, yes, he's good. Everything else, he's a walking piece of shit.
Yes, absolutely.
He used to be decent though. Then he got married.
I know. I put
Neil
Steve
Harrigan.
Shives in the same bag as Jeff Halliday and all the rest of them. I mean, they're all sort of
Actually, I'd put
trick
Steve.
ponies.
I'd put Steve Shives in the same bag. I'd put the starving alligator and just see who comes out.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be the alligator. You'll be a happy alligator with a big
Oh, no.
Dead alligator. What are you talking about?
Be a dying alligator.
Be a sick alligator.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, probably think I shouldn't have eaten that. I'm going to feel this in the morning.
I have my own irritations with Steve Shives simply because I've never talked to the man and was already insta-blocked by him.
Yeah, it's
all right.
brilliant.
Well, I mean, I really don't.
I wish
aside from some of the videos that he's done, and the videos that I've seen him do, he's basically a narcissistic, freaking, pompous, freaking self-righteous asshat.
He's not narcissistic. His wife has knocked all of that out of him.
He still thinks he's better than he still thinks he's better than everybody else, just not
well, only men.
Yeah, but he's delusional. I mean, the guy is just it's seriously mental case.
His spirit is broken. You can tell.
He really is not all there.
So I don't understand why VidCon thinks that Steve Shives is something that they need to actually support, as if somehow supporting him is going to help their brand at all. What it's going to basically do, I'm going to be perfectly blunt with you. Basically, VidCon is now on that death spiral where people will stop going to VidCon because of what they've done.
Well, VidCon's extremely leftist. We saw that last year.
And you have to remember one thing that there is going to be trouble over. He's a fucking white male.
No,
Well, no, if you want that, if they want to support somebody for Star Trek videos, give a grant to Razor Fist. He does.
Oh yeah.
On DS9, fuck off.
But they kept fucking dropping his videos because of copyright, and he was trying to promote it, and they fucking kept copyright striking him.
Yeah, Lord Reloaded, a good one.
Lord Reloaded is okay. Anti-Trekker is okay. Trek Yards is all right, although Trek Yards.
You fucking Trek, a bunch of fucking commies.
Trek Yards tend to be too long.
They're all commies.
They're all commies.
They focus too much on insignificant stuff about the ship. Oh, the shuttle bay should be here, but it's really here. And I don't give a fuck.
It's because they're extreme Trek nerds. That's the kind of people who watch their videos. Isn't that right, MC?
Yep.
Well, anyone who's involved with Star Trek, you're all fucking commies, and you know it.
Not so loud, Comrade Colonel Cabbage.
Yeah. No, I'm letting the cat out of the bag.
Yes.
So, has there been any movement from the Penguins? I need to know. I've been gone for a while.
No, the Penguins have been frozen in place as well. They've been stuck where they are. No revolution. No Penguin revolution yet. It's still in the making.
Apparently, they're fortifying Antarctica against the polar bears.
They're still negotiating with the walruses.
Speaking of negotiating with walruses. Okay, so Trump stepped away from the North Korea meeting.
Yep.
Are they going to do another summit, or is it dead in the water?
No, they said that they're still talking. They're just not. They're not moving forward with it. Basically, he walked away. He's doing a Reagan.
Basically. Well, you don't want to. You're not going to debate. Then you're not going to negotiate. Then we just walk away. And it's a perfectly good move. It's a perfectly reasonable move. I don't understand the idea. I mean, what they say that he should have stayed negotiating until he got a bad option.
The press was all over negotiating anyway, saying how he was going to get rolled, and that Kim Jong-un was not going to give him anything, and he was going to sign a bad deal, and then he walks away, and they're all freaking belligerent.
How can you
That's what I mean.
negotiate? Hold on. How can you negotiate with a country that is run by a fat, spoilt brat?
You basically hold them accountable, and if they don't want to be held accountable, you walk away.
Yeah.
You don't tolerate
Well,
that's exactly what
one of the most weird things I've seen is there was when Donald Trump and Kim Jong Un were whatever the fuck it is, Kim whoever.
Kim Jong Un.
It is on. Okay. When they were, like that, and one of the, the press said, was asking him about what was going on with, the Cohen trials.
Mm-hmm.
And he said nothing. And then, Kim Jong Un was just sort of like looking at him and chuckling. I mean, it's really undermining for the, I mean, it's.
Well, that's one of the things that did happen. And then, of course, one of the things that got Jim Acosta had to jump up and say, he won't call on me because I was going to sit up there, at the North Korea summit. Trump wouldn't call on me because I was going to ask him about Cohen. I said, well, that's one reason why I wouldn't have called on you. It's not the only reason, but that's one of the reasons. If you're there to talk about the freaking summit, you're not there to talk about freaking Cohen.
Well, if you're in Korea, you think, that Trump might have said, can you get rid of a few of these twats?
There's one over there. Make sure that these guys don't come back on the same plane.
My son, my nuclear missiles hit America. Ha!
Here's the hotel room numbers. It's just, I won't say anything.
Well, they were already. Did you see that? They were already bitching when they came back and said they kicked us out of the hotel because it was going to be the same hotel as Kim Jong Un, and then they said, "Screw you! You have to leave because he doesn't want you." How could they do that?
They're all socialists.
I hear
that.
They're
bitching about the king of socialism. Like telling them they should be bowing down, saying, "Thank you for telling us how to be." Great master.
As you hear, North Korea's military technology has been ramped up. They've already got a submarine now. Well, actually, it's a ship, but it's sunk. But
Well, yeah, it's progress. Yes, it's development. You have to learn.
The North Koreans actually do have a lot of subs. They don't have sub-launched missiles like Iran now does, but that's a separate issue.
Oh, wait, you mean Iran?
Iran, Iran. I don't care how you want to pronounce it.
It's called Iran.
The mullahs and the ayatollahs now have a missile that they can launch from a submarine.
Mm.
Yeah, well, we're about to give the fucking Germans French nuclear missiles. So, I mean, all bets are off right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason already. It's a French nuclear missile.
Yeah, but considering the yellow vest protesters, they may use it on themselves the first.
I say we do a first. I'm just saying that this is a good opportunity for Britain to do a first strike. Because enough's enough.
Yeah, I think we should just re-establish the British Empire instead of going to foreign parts, we'll just invade Europe.
No, just turn it to waste. No, we never needed it. We never wanted it. We're just inappropriately geologically. Position. We have nothing in common with these fuckers.
No. Oh, did you miss the as well? Did you miss the Iran, or not the Iran, the India Pakistan little dust up that they had?
Yeah, I missed that. But real quick,
I told you that was going to be nothing.
The thing is, hold on a second. Go ahead. Sorry, it's your stream. I'll shut up.
Well, yeah, my first day back in like 2 weeks.
There you go. Yeah.
No,
that's cool, man.
They're still burning Paris down. Like that's still going on. I figured they would have stopped by now.
Well, it's fewer all the time.
To be perfectly honest, I think we should have started burning down Paris in the 16th century. But that's just me.
Yeah.
But that thing about
there's no loss really.
No, that thing about Pakistan and India. There's always dust-ups on the border of Pakistan and India.
Well,
exactly. I said it was going to be nothing, right? I said it was going to be nothing.
One of the things that surprised me was I actually expected the Iranians to.
It was never going to escalate. It was a skirmish.
Well, no, but I expected I was surprised that the Indians are still flying MiG-21s.
No, they're not. The flying carpets.
I mean, that's an old. reliable platform, but it's an old platform. Why would you still be flying that thing?
You know what annoys me about India and Pakistan to a lesser extent?
You don't want carpets now. You want rugs, mate. Rugs are where it's going. You got rugs.
Yeah, you get these Indians, and actually, they're in the minority who
Stealth
don't speak English because we invaded India. We never actually installed a formal British government there, but if it wasn't for the British Empire, India would now be a continent controlled by warring Muslim fucking warlords. Because Islam was invading India at the time.
Oh, sorry, but I'm going to say it again. Stealth rugs.
Well, no, I'm not gonna argue that point with you, Batman. But MC, the MiG is a reliable platform, and if you think the days of dogfighting are over, I disagree with you.
I don't think that, but a MiG-21 is really old, dude. A MiG-21 is not a fighter that you.
Well, yeah, but the MiG-21s, but they've upgraded the avionics and stuff. I mean, so the platform itself may be wasteful, but they got loads of them, and that's the thing. Russia always works on numbers.
Yeah, and like any other kind of transportation that the Indians have, the Indian MiG-21 doesn't just have the pilot; it's got all these other people clinging onto it with AK-47s.
Yeah, I'm going to go and visit my sister.
Why is it so hard for Pakistan to defeat India? Just capture all their cows and ransom them back to them, right? Like, don't you just have to round up their sacred cows?
You realize that Pakistan has actually got a low population density for the landmass it has.
Yeah, well, most of it's mountains.
Has a massive population density, even for the land that it has.
No, you steal India's cows. You go, hey, give us your nukes, or we kill the cow. And then
Mad Dodge. Okay, Mad Dodge. Take a look on the map and see how big India is compared to Pakistan, and then you've answered your own question.
Yeah, they'd just storm over the border. There'd be nothing left of Pakistan.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, in terms of, and this is why I was saying it was a storm in a teacup. People are making a big deal out of it. Just like that. It's not going to go anywhere.
Because it could have, and it was two nuclear powers that, two powers that have nuclear weapons in direct conflict with one another.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. People made that point, and it's like, yeah, but they're not going to go into a nuclear exchange because of this, particular transgression. It's not like it's the first time that it's happened.
No. They're not stupid. They know what nuclear weapons would do. Yeah, even people like the Indians and the the Indians definitely, the Pakistanis are the ones that see even. They know that what nuclear weapons would lead to.
The governments of Pakistan, I would agree with, but Pakistan is not. It doesn't control a lot of that warlords, a lot of that territory.
Yeah, so, the warlords they have the fucking launch code. Yeah, but they don't have the launch codes, so you can have all the warring factions that you want, but if they don't have a launch code,
if those other factions have people like boll weevils throughout your government, and they do, how tough is it going to? The possibility doesn't exist. They do,
but they don't. The only person who's got them is going to be the person carrying the ball.
Well, okay.
It's also the kind of mentality they've got. They've still got the old warrior mentality, so they'd prefer to face their foes literally face to face than nuke them from miles away.
Yeah,
nuke them from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
I guess because there would be no benefit. I mean, so people thought it was going to be a new caliphate or something. Like Pakistan was going to create a nuclear caliphate. Yeah, it's never going to happen.
There would be no glory in just nuking your enemy. That's the way these people work, and thank God for that.
So, but that's what happened in India. What was the next thing that you wanted to talk about, MADDS?
Well, he doesn't know.
Actually, I think what's really interesting, what you brought up about Iran, now they could really shut down the Strait of Hormuz, couldn't they?
Yeah.
He's allowed to call it Iran because it's his stream.
Oh, was that how it works?
Yeah. The Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, well, they could do if they wanted to. Yeah. But they know that all they're going to do is attract, negative attention.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they'd be more than willing to try something like that. The problem is even though they do have subs, they don't have enough of them, and they're pretty much targeted by the United States. If anything even remotely came close to them, they would take it out.
Well, they just fucking mine the place for a few weeks, you know?
Well, why would you mine? You want to mine that? You want to mine the
Straits of Hormuz? Yeah.
Why?
Just mine the fucker. Well, you know, teach him a lesson.
Teach who a lesson?
Okay, you want to play that game? Well, I mean, because then they can't do any trade either.
Well, yeah, but the Iraqis would be the ones who would really be suffering because they couldn't get any of their oil out.
No, bullshit. No. They could just go down through Kuwait. Just, you know, ship it down.
Kuwait? Oh, do you know where the Straits of Hormuz is? Kuwait wouldn't be able to ship any oil either.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's south of there, isn't it? Sorry, I
thought Americans had bad geography. Holy crap.
I'm sorry. No, yeah, my bad. What's the northern one? You know, the what? Because they made a big fuss about that during the.
Oh, I don't remember. That's I know what you're talking about, but I don't
remember. There's a northern, but there's a northern strait.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is. Yeah. I'll be honest with you.
Okay, yeah, okay, my bad. I confused the two.
So anyway, yeah, but that's the Iranians they've been trying to flex a little bit, but of course they have their own issues. The same group that attacked India also actually attacked the Iranians, all right, and killed 27 of their Revolutionary Guards. There's still a lot of turmoil from dissidents in Iran. They still have protests here and there going on, which most of the world doesn't report about, but it does exist. So
actually, I think
come on,
I think it's not a good thing. We basically mine the entire Persian Gulf.
Yeah,
I mean, at least Saudi Arabia can get up through the Red Sea.
Let's be real. Let's be real. Iran moves to shut down the strait. Even with a weapons platform on a submarine, our Navy will break their blockade. It will happen. They can't stop us.
No, eventually, but you know, I mean, Americans are not happy with seeing, you know, their children coming back and under
pieces,
the flags. Yeah, they don't want to see coffins.
Yeah, but you're not Iranian gun fucking storm a ship again. Not with President Trump.
But basically, America doesn't want another Vietnam.
Yeah,
I don't think Iran would be Vietnam. There's a big portion of Iran that wants to.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, you've got to remember that Iran is not a singular nation. When you look at how it was created, it came from
Iran is
empire.
Persian, Arabic,
yeah, it's Persian. So but when you look at all of the factions which are in there, they're all against each other. I mean, there's no cohesive element within Iran. They're always fighting amongst each other anyway. So
there's also a growing pushback against the Islamic regime in Iran.
Have you seen the pictures of Iran in the 70s and 60s? It was a modern.
Yeah. When everyone was dressed up and they had short skirts, and everyone was
me and Cabbage were alive then, so yes.
Yeah, we saw it, and the thing was, it doesn't mean anything because that was when the Shah was imposed upon the Iranian people, and then what did they do? They wanted Sharia law. They wanted Islam.
No. The key word in your sentence was imposed, not asked for. Imposed.
Well, no, I'm saying that the Shah of Iran was imposed, right? But they actually voted for the Ayatollah Khomeini.
Yeah.
Is that why there's women dancing in the streets and getting stoned to death over it?
Oh, excuse me. No, the Ayatollah Khomeini, threw out the ruler that had been imposed by the West.
Jack reckons Iran is what you get when you let women create a government. It's a Muslim government.
Yeah, well, so Brexit is what you get when you get a woman to negotiate a fucking deal.
Well, the one we're not getting anyway.
Well, no, it would be my contention that there is a large secular portion of Iran that would welcome a new form of government, so to say. I'm not saying we should, but again, they wouldn't really be sad.
But there is no singular part. Like I said, when you look at Persia and how it was created, it was made up of, you know, Kazakhstanis. You got like all kinds of different groups. You got the Kurds. You got the, you know, you got the Shia. You got the Sunnis. You got the. I mean, this, that, and the other. I mean, it's a fucking mishmash of things. I mean, there is a majority, which I think is Shia, aren't they? Are they Shia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 90%, over 90% of Iran is Shia.
Yeah, so you have a majority of people who've got one extreme, you know, version of Islam. But the thing is that the one thing they always, you know, they always tie around is even if they don't agree with governmental decisions, it's the case of it's Islam, right? They always go with the Islam thing. I mean, it's a theocracy. People have to recognize that this is a fucking theocracy. It has nothing to do. People are like, they talk about it like it's, you know, Western democracy. It's like, oh, well, you know, they can have votes and things. Yeah, they can.
Partly,
they can vote for a theocrat.
Partly for what I read, if it wasn't for the rise of Islam, the Middle East, at least politically, would probably be very much like the West.
I would disagree because Islam actually gave a lot back to the West during the Crusades. It's where
that was in Byzantine times, though. That was like, but we're talking like fucking 2,500 years ago. It's not like
but you have the butterfly effect. If you don't have Islam holding on to the classic,
oh my god, you are going. You're turning into a social justice warrior.
Yeah, to be honest,
it's even 2,000 years old.
I studied that. The idea that the Islamics, that Islam, you know, carried on with civilization is just absolute nonsense.
Anything that came from the Islamic Golden Age was just stuff that they kept. Most of the knowledge they reclaimed from older civilizations.
The only thing that they had advanced at the time over Western any of the Western philosophy.
Well, don't forget. I mean, remember, MC, that all the knowledge that they got was when they sacked Greece, and they took all the knowledge back from Greece. And then
they destroyed most of it.
The one thing that they did advance was medicine. Okay, it's the only real advanced area that they you can go back and say they advanced this.
Did they advance it? Did they steal it from Egypt?
Because, no, they advanced it because of their experimentation with alchemy.
In the ancient world, Egypt was the world leader in medicine. And let's face it, the Muslims invaded Egypt.
Yes, they did, right? But there were more advanced medicines that came out of the from that empire, and it wasn't that it was rediscovered or stolen from Egypt. They had advanced it because of their alchemy, because they wanted to, you know, turn lead into gold.
Yeah, but that was also a Western idea as well. But the thing is,
it really came more from them. It really did. The idea of turning lead into gold was we want to sit up there and get gold, and that was one of their big pushes.
Well, one of the biggest things we've got to thank the Arabic world for is, if it wasn't for them, we would never have had "I Dream of Jeannie."
Well, no, yeah, but
I've got to say, I used a few tissues over her in my childhood.
but don't get me wrong, MC. They destroyed more knowledge than they
certainly have the tissue.
They did.
So I mean that's a fact as well.
One of the Muslim generals, when was about to attack this town, he was told by his subordinates that they had many great books in there. What should they do with them? Against destroy them. If it's not in the Quran, it's blasphemous. We don't want it. If the knowledge they have is in the Quran, it's pointless taking it because we've already got it. So destroy all the books.
Oh yeah, they did that with what was it in Constantinople, right? Was it? Oh no, Alexandria. The library in Alexandria just burned it down.
That was the second library as well.
Yeah, Caesar burnt the first one down on accident, but you know we don't talk.
Yeah, but that was an accident. But they did it intentionally.
No, Caesar says it was an accident. It wasn't. It was because he was late with a book button. He didn't want to pay the overdue charge.
Exactly. Yeah. There's an extra £1.50. Some bitch there with some.
That was one of the ships caught fire or something, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Caesar burnt the fleet at harbor there, and it spread. and it took out the library. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's why it was an accidental thing. But the first time, yeah, but the second one was intentional. And that was the Muslims who went there and said that we have to destroy this. But then, you know, when you go back to the hardcore people, you know, the Sharia ones, they want to go back to like living in the 600 AD.
Yep.
You know, they want to go back to living like fucking primitives. It's like the Amish. You know, why do you want to be an Amish person?
Yeah.
Amish
fairly simple.
Techno fear.
There's nothing wrong with being Amish. I mean, if they want to,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's a lifestyle choice, but you don't want to have it imposed upon you.
Look, you know what the big difference in the Amish. You know what the big difference between the Amish and the Muslims is, don't you? The Amish just want to be left alone. The Muslims want everybody to be Muslim.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You see, this is the difference, and it's the idea of this, you know, the whole caliphate thing, and you know, they're just dangerous. Look, we've already had the Crusades. We've seen what happened before, and now we've invited the whole fucking thing into our own homes. Yep. It's like you don't invite the enemy into the fucking into the castle.
The Crusades were only a response to the Islamic invasion.
Well, no, that's true, but I can nerd out on history all day long, but we should probably move along a little bit. What's this about Benjamin Netanyahu being indicted, and also Justin Trudeau?
Justin Trudeau must have upset the feminists.
Justin Trudeau is wrapped up because some of his ministers have been caught with basically their hands in the cookie jar and paying bribes and so forth. And so it's come back to him with some of the backroom deals that he was a part of. So the people are looking at the upcoming election in Canada, and they're blaming him and the party. So he's worried about keeping control because they have a parliamentary system, just like
the guy's a cunt anyway. The guy's a cunt anyway.
He's like Richard Nixon, but without the style, intelligence, and political ability.
Do you think the Conservatives can take power in Canada?
No.
No, the Canadians.
Quebec
no, because they're all like French and everything. You see, you got the bloody French over there.
It would be nice if they could.
Probably the worse than the French.
But we'll see. Well, I mean, you have to wait and see how it plays out. I mean, but if I was going to handicap it, I'd still say that Trudeau is going to survive this. Just like, to be honest, I think that Netanyahu is going to survive his little thing.
Oh, Netanyahu will, without a doubt.
Yeah, I want to talk about Benny Boy for a minute here. Okay, so good old Benny. They've been trying to indict his ass for what, 2-3 decades? They ain't gonna get slippery, Benny.
Nah.
Benny's gonna get out of this like he always does, right?
You know the one about tricked out Amish buggies in the chat there, and it's making me wonder, what would a Latino Amish be like? Would he have a lowrider buggy?
That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? You know, like, well, no, you couldn't have ride or anything. Low rider. Rider.
They'd probably have some kind of mechanism to raise and lower the buggy on the wheels.
Yeah, but
you get hydraulics on your buggy, just bouncing down the road. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I would say you can't do that unless you're doing it naturally. No, you could just do it with a crankshaft, right?
Yeah,
it'd go up and down.
Yeah, you get your wife to pump on the crankshaft there to get it up and down.
Yes, you go. Yeah.
You're getting me distracted, damn it. MC, tell me about good old Benny. He's gonna get out of this, right?
Well, the problem that they're having to get Benny is that the left-wing media has been pushing this, and they're overstating the case, from what I can tell. Now, I'm not in Israel. I haven't seen all the different aspects of it, but I'll be quite frank with you. The way it looks to me is
you got the inside. We know that.
The way it looks to me is they're saying that some of these normal deals that were part of just regular deals that you would see every day, that somehow, well, we think that money's exchanged hands, and he was getting sweetheart deals, and he was given hotel rooms, and I mean, this stuff is petty at best. All right, I mean, really, it is petty at best. But at the same time, I mean, could it go forward?
The Yamaka
Well,
speaks.
hasn't he been fighting corruption charges for, like I said, decades, and so has his wife? I mean,
Well,
there's something there.
No, it's the fact that he's a freaking conservative and the leftists have always hated him. You got to remember the media, in a lot of ways, he's like Trump in that the media has always hated his guts. They were very upset that he got reelected. They were doing everything they could. For crying out loud, they were pushing all sorts of money from the United States against him during the Obama administration to try and oust him. And they were ignoring all that criminality that was going on. It was blatant and right in their face. So whether or not the Israeli people, I mean, the Israeli people would like to have peace. The problem is that they know who the Palestinians are because the Palestinians keep launching rockets at them.
Well, no, and that's the thing. I don't remember whose commentary it was about Benjamin Netanyahu, but I did see a little bit of it. And they were saying, you know, Benjamin, he keeps getting reelected because every time these corruption charges comes up, another rocket he gets fired into Israel, and he just goes, "See, look, you need me to protect you," and he just waves that as a shield. Is that what he does?
Well, I mean, the thing is that they are a threat, and they're going to continue to be a threat. So you could say that, yeah, that's what he's doing, but that's just also a recognition of what the situation is.
What I liked about him was during the Obama presidency, Obama didn't even want to meet with him really, and he showed up in the United States and did a fucking hour interview, and he just slammed Obama, and I really liked that. So I have a little bit of respect for the guy.
Well, I mean, he's a strong man. There's no doubt about it. But as far as why they hate him and what they're doing for him, this kind of stuff. If you want to talk about corruption, I mean, this is not the kind of corruption that people are talking about. You can't look at anything and say that he's personally benefited from any of the corruption they're accusing him of, and that's where a lot of this stuff comes from.
The fact is, it's just Israel is a clusterfuck, you know, from start to finish. It always has been. From 1946, it's been an absolute disaster.
Well, what else do you want to say?
Just that. I mean, the Russians offered them land. I mean, America offered the Jews their own, but no, they insisted they had to be in Jerusalem. They wanted
they're going back to their homeland. It's their historical problem, and let them go back.
Yeah, they were fucking nomads. I mean,
no, but hold on a second here, Cabbage, because they didn't just go back on their own. They paid for their frickin' that territory.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they paid. Yeah, but who were they paying? It wasn't the case.
Then they were paying the Palestinians, who were all bent out of shape because the Israelis were able to turn it into something that they couldn't, which was successful.
Right. The thing I hate about the Palestinians is since when Israel got founded, the Palestinians, there's got to be blood in the streets. So the Israelis turned around and give them massive concessions. Still going to be blood in the streets. Twice more, the Israeli government turned around and give them even bigger concessions. But the Palestinians wouldn't be happy until there was no Jews in what they call Palestine.
Yes.
But it's the same thing. It's so pathetic, isn't it? It's like history repeating itself. It's like the same kind of crap that we had with the Catholics and the Protestants.
Oh, yeah.
And
the
Reformation.
Is,
it's the same thing. It's just, but we're meant to be in current year, for fuck's sake. I mean,
do you know what the stupidest thing is?
Jesus.
Even today, the Palestinians are the dogs of the Islamic world. Yeah, the other Islamic states in the area only point out to the Palestinians to further their own agenda. Otherwise, they're kicking the Palestinians as well.
Well, that all boils down to it all being tribal in nature anyway. They've been fighting each other forever. That's how we were able to win the First Crusade, if you remember. It's because the Crusaders came in and picked sides and played them off against each other. Oh, wait.
That's one of the good things.
Wait, that sounds like current American foreign policy.
Yeah, I was going to say, but that's standard. That's standard principle. You get, and this is a great thing with the fact that Sharia and and Sunni separated, so you can just get them to fight each other. That's why I say the Middle East, just let them fight the fuck out of each other. Whatever, just leave them to it. Quarantine them and just say, well, you know, we'll take your oil if you want.
Can we set up a bunch of cameras and sell it on pay-per-view?
Yeah, possibly. You can do drones.
MC, you got enough surveillance cameras?
Oh, that's something.
We're going to have to tap into satellites, I think.
That's something I was going to mention when we were on about Steve Shives and getting blocked by an MC. I would love to be able to hide webcams all over his house, right? Hack into his, his social media accounts and block his wife.
Why are you going back to Steve Shives? What the fuck is this?
Because I wanted to mention this earlier, but I didn't get the chance.
Oh,
but
God.
can you imagine the fireworks if you managed to block his wife from his social accounts? Answer the phone, somebody.
That was me. Well,
Was
that is my daughter's school trying to call me to tell me that please come to some other stupid freaking function because we need money.
PTA.
Interesting. I just got an alert on my phone as well. Arizona GOP Senator Martha McSally says she was preyed upon and then raped in the Air Force by a superior officer. Wow.
Okay, is that rape or is it just regret?
It sounds like regret to me.
Yeah.
Is that rape or was she turned down?
Okay.
That's a possibility as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, if it was actually rape, there's no way she could have hidden it, especially in the military, and there would have been an investigation at the very least.
Well, of course there would be, and guys, officers that preyed upon subordinates.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, this is exactly why you do not put, and this is exactly why you don't have a mixed sex. Army,
real
force.
quick.
I mean, they are meant to do different fucking jobs, and then you don't have these problems.
I want to read one paragraph. The Arizona Republican who served 26 years in the Air Force made a disclosure during a Senate hearing on sexual assault allegations in the military. McSally said she didn't report the assault because she didn't trust the system and was ashamed and confused.
Yeah, right.
Bollocks.
Yeah. Now go ahead, boys.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just bullshit. I mean, it's just I'm so sick and tired of this kind of bullshit.
She may have been ashamed because I would like to know the circumstances on it. I wonder if it was because she was sleeping with this guy while she was married.
Yeah, exactly. There's plenty of reasons. I mean, ashamed, covers an awful lot of territory. I mean, ashamed of herself, ashamed. She was ashamed of the fact that she was doing this so that she could get a better position.
Well, no, what irritates me.
So she was actually selling herself. I mean, that would be basically an admission that she was doing it just purely for the upgrade.
What irritates me is that she said she didn't trust the system, and she was in the Air Force for 26 years. If you don't trust the system, why are you a career officer? Why are you changing the system?
Yeah. No, this is just some,
26 years. You're a career officer.
Yeah, and I bet you she's got it, and I bet you she's in a house full of fucking cats, and she's just a bitter old bitch, and just wants to kind of lash out at people.
She isn't quite like that, but I mean, I have my problems with McSally, but to say that she's a cat lady is a bit incorrect.
Well, is it? Well, you mean it's been cruel to cats?
Yeah. Exactly. She abuses hamsters.
Well, she might. I mean, when you think about it, the ginger hamster could be in trouble. John Maxwell.
James L. Maxwell. Yeah. Where is he?
But no. MC, all right. So you don't trust the system, but you serve in Fed system for 26 years. You made a career out of it. Was it just for political reasons? Now she's a senator.
Oh, this is all political. She is. I can't deny the fact that she's a political hack. She's a political hack. This is one of the problems. I mean, a lot of people don't realize this, but the Zoomies are the worst branch of the service. Why? Because they're infiltrated with a bunch of freaking do-nothings that think that they're better than everybody else. Why? Because they're told that. Look, you're a fighter jet. Ooh, everyone goes agog. Oh, wow. Ooh, wow. You fly fighter jets. Oh, the whole blue yonder. Oh, look at how wonderful they are. Oh, they're the leaders in tech. Oh, we're the Air Force. Yeah, you're the chair force is what you are, and that's what you've always been.
Yeah, it's the 101st Chairborne Division.
You know what? We're gonna send our soldiers, and we're gonna send them to a combat zone like Iraq or Afghanistan, and they're gonna be there for a whole 3 months away from their families before we rotate them back out.
Ooh, I'm so impressed.
You know, everyone, all the other services are there for a year or more, right? Where is the Air Force? Oh, every 3 months. And it's so difficult. Listening to them complain, this is the second time I've had to come out here for 3 months. You can do 3 months standing on your head in a foxhole.
Well, yeah, it's not fun, though.
Of course, theirs would have to be, you know, air conditioned and lined with everything, while their food was freaking delivered to them by little Haji down the road.
No, you have it airdropped, like Domino's pizzas being airdropped.
How's that for some service rivalry?
No, well, I don't know nothing about the Air Force, but I know I did want to fly airplanes off aircraft carriers. I wanted to be a naval aviator, but that was mainly because of Top Gun.
You don't want to fly them off. Yeah. Well, yeah, the thing is, though, but you don't actually fly a plane. You don't launch. I mean, you put your hands off the controls when you go up an aircraft carrier. You don't take off.
No, you have to land on the aircraft carrier is the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Landing's
you're thrown into the sky from an aircraft carrier, but you've got to back.
You're just on a fucking catapult.
I know.
When you come in to land on an aircraft carrier, you better hope to hell that the helmsman doesn't hate you.
Like, a little lower. Oh, in the water he went. A little right. Oh, he bounced off.
Actually, there was a video on YouTube a while back. Greatest naval aviator fuck-ups, where you're seeing precisely that. People pilots coming into London overshooting.
Yeah, but it wasn't malicious.
Oh no.
But that's why, I mean, the original ones, they used to have nets.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that was with,
actually, the original ones, you landed in the water and you got hoisted back onto the ship.
Well, there were stories about certain individuals in the airborne unit that died because they were boinking the guy who was packing their chute's wife, and the guy found out about it.
Oh, there's an old.
That's petty.
How much do we know about this? British Army magazine called Soldier, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a one-line cartoon in it. There's this guy, paratrooper, he's jumped out the plane, his chute's opened up, and it's just this fucking sheet with "I'm pregnant, you bastard" written on it.
That's a very bad idea, because now she's got no income. Because a dead soldier is you're not going to get much money. That's a very short-sighted woman. Then again, it does show you the women's mentality. Life insurance. Yeah, right.
I would think that's the last person you want to piss off, though, is the guy packing your chute. I mean, right? Like, you don't fuck with that guy.
There is a reason you check your own gear.
Yep.
Just want to say that.
It's the first and last thing that you will get told in basic training in the armed forces. Always check your gear yourself.
Yeah. And also, you get your friend to, check it when, you got it loaded. I mean, people check each other's gear as well.
Yep.
But what exactly does a net do? Like, the plane's going to go right through the net. Do you just eject out of the plane and hope you land into the net?
No, you just stay in and just hope for the best.
The net touches a plane.
Yeah, you stop
Yeah, exactly.
It's incredibly strong, elasticated netting.
Yeah, it just sort of.
It basically
it's generally like propeller planes and things like that.
It absorbs the force of the plane.
Yeah.
You know, like that would be some shit. I don't know. The first thing that would go through my mind is, oh, so this is what it feels like to be a butterfly. You know, get caught in the net.
I'm just thinking about when they were testing that system out.
Don't you find that was the thing that goes through your head? It wouldn't be like, holy shit, yeah, coming in.
Yeah,
It'd be like, no, I'm a butterfly. I'm a pretty little butterfly. I'm a fucking unicorn.
When they were testing that system out, were there any versions of that net that were too powerful? You know, so the plane had come in to land on the deck, hit the net, and flying back out to sea again.
Oh my god! You little butterfly, you
just fucking go into a fucking flat spin. I can just skip across the water.
I do know in the early tests there was quite a few times when that net just wasn't.
This can't be a true story.
What?
This just cannot be a true story.
What?
A man, a millennial, sells his testicles to raise money for Bernie's 2020 campaign, figuring if Bernie wins, it'll be free healthcare and he can get them back.
Well, he's a millennial. Hey, he's a millennial. What's he going to use them for?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, he might be able to rape, feminists. I mean, that's what they usually do, isn't it?
There are stories of people donating their entire student loans to the Bernie Sanders campaign.
Yeah, well, and this is what I say. Good luck to them. You know, these people are going to breed themselves out of existence. I don't give a shit. They want to do all this weird shit. Fuck them. Great, go for it. You know, you want to act like freaks, freaks, and you will not survive.
I don't know how true this story is, guys. I think
it's not true. Of course it is. It's a Reddit thing. It's got to be. It's it's a 4chan. That's got to be a joke. It's somebody. I mean, where did you get it from, though?
It's looks like NPC Daily.
Yeah, well, there you go. NPC says it all.
Yeah.
All right, people. I've just been handed a piece of news by Oz. I'll shove it in the side chat. I think more than a few people here will find this interesting.
Shove it in, my baby.
Oh yeah, it's been rammed right in, mate.
You sick, you nasty man.
Not even any lube.
No lube, no sand. Who wants
the UK Farm Forces stand ready to intervene in knife crime epidemic.
God.
Yep.
You're going to call out the military to put down the knifings.
And guess what? What are the knifings? When you actually look at it, when you do the demographic checks, it seems an awful lot of a lot of people who are not necessarily indigenous.
You know, the best way to help curb the horrific rise in crime, particularly knife crime in the London area, get rid of sad Dick Can't.
Yeah.
No, that worthless prick.
No, hold the fuck up. Knives are illegal in your country. How are people getting stabbed?
Guns are illegal in our country. People still get shot.
Yeah, that's the whole point, right? You ban things. Only criminals have the things that are bad, right?
Yeah.
That's how it works.
No, you ban stuff and then it just goes away. It's magic.
No, apparently not. No. I know it's a strange thing, isn't it? But reality doesn't match with their fantasy.
Yeah. Exactly. The fantasy world.
Yeah, they're delusional.
What about? Have you spoke about David Lammy yet? Going on about white people sending aid to Africa.
Yeah, well, we shouldn't do it because it's white oppression by sending them fucking charity. He's a fucking. I mean that man is and he's never even been to Africa. Nope. I've been to Africa 3 times in my life, right? And I spent 6 months in. Well, I have, but it's only because I had my stepbrother. doing sort of safari thing, you know, like doing land management, you know, conservation stuff. And so I went over and stayed with him. I had 6 months there, and you know, I've been over to Malawi and I've been to Kenya, and South Africa, and this fucking guy who's coming out with all this shit, and he's never been to Africa in his entire fucking life. I've been to Africa more times than he has, and I'm like, you know, as white as you can get. I'm basically a shrimp. You know what I mean? I'm translucent. I'm about as white as you can get. And I've been to these countries, and that fat, you know, that this, oh god, Lammy is a joke. He is an absolute fucking joke.
He's one of these black Labour politicians who hates the United Kingdom, who hates white people. But
yeah, and as far as I'm concerned, then give him a ticket and send him somewhere he wants to go. Yeah. You know, I'd love to send him to the Congo. I want to send him to the Congo.
If I can finish me comment. He's one of these black politicians, black Labour politicians especially, hates white people, hates the United Kingdom, but he wouldn't have gotten anywhere without white people, without the United Kingdom.
Well, like I said, send him to the fucking Congo and see how quickly he, you know, changes his opinion. You know, it'll be pretty fucking quick, I can assure you.
Yep.
You drop that fucker off with no money and
I would rather drop him in the Namib. The deadliest desert.
No, the Congo is better, mate. So many warring factions there.
Yeah, but the Namibian desert is the deadliest desert on the face of the earth.
Oh no, that's the whole point. I don't want to die from just, you know, natural, you know, that. No, it's got to be from human interaction, right? I'm talking about human interaction, right? You stick him in the Congo and just see how well he managed to get on with the locals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Stick him in the Congo in a dress.
Yeah, even better.
With lipstick on.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I disappear for like 2 minutes, and you guys are talking about dresses and lipstick. Yeah, I'm the fruity one, Cabby. Shut the fuck up.
Well, at least Cabbage. At least he admitted to it. He's the fruity one.
Ha ha.
There you go.
But
does a dragon bites on that one line.
God damn it! I hate you people. No.
We earn it, though. You see, we earn it. You know, we're not gonna get when it's not given to us. We fucking earn it.
We
earn that hatred.
Speaking of hating you people, I do want to say thank you to you guys for keeping the show going. Why I was snowed in, and before that, I was fucking sick with the flu and couldn't even talk. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
And Excel came in and he, you know, he multicasted or whatever, and you know, put up another one. So remember, Excel, he's not here, but he did do a fill-in slot.
Yeah, I tip my hat to you, good sir. Thank you very much. All right, so
be very careful when he tips his hat because he shows his bald spot.
So AOC, she's going to jail, MC? Did I miss out on that? Is she arrested yet?
Oh, no, she hasn't been arrested yet, but the SEC complaints that have been filed against her are very serious, against her and her chief of staff. It looks as if what he was doing was basically he was part of a PAC, and he was controlling the PAC while he was in charge of the campaign, along with AOC, who also, in a verbal statement, said that she was in control of the PAC while she was in a campaign. That portion, that just in and of itself is highly, highly illegal. All right, because so now if that was just it, they would have already slapped her with a fine and basically told her not to do it again. But her chief of staff also set up 2 LLCs. All right, and then had money being funneled through them to actually pay for quote unquote campaign events that they didn't have to report. This is even more illegal, and it's also how her boyfriend got $6,000 through this LLC. And so people are like, wait a minute here, you can't. It looks to us as if what was happening is campaign donations were going. They were then moving it to the LLC, and it was going right into her pocket to be used as she saw fit.
Well, I mean, you know, the silly bitch has basically undermined herself.
Yeah.
When they've managed to, you know, gather the information, she's going to end up having to answer an awful lot of questions, and she'll have to do it in front of Congress, of course, because you know, as a congressperson, she. I mean,
well, the press. Of course, the press is got a total blackout on it. MSNBC, CBS, ABC, Washington Post, New York Times, all of them are not doing a single story on this because this is truly serious, and they know if they start talking about it, people are like, "Well, wait a minute here." See, it's got to be Trump all the time, while we go with this, and you end up with people like Zoom Politicon. Right, who I also subscribe to. Right, and she makes the same freaking statement that Will Schott makes and all these other people. Well, they all do it. They all do it. Well, here you've got an example of specific criminality that's going on. You don't see this on the Republican side. You don't see them showing these kind of details or anything going on. And yet, what are they doing? Well, it's both box on both houses, and that's how they get away with it. They convince the liberals, or the liberals convince the moderates, well, both sides are doing it, so just ignore our malfeasance. And so they continue it. Now, these rules were put in place because people were like, well, these PACs there's no transparency. There's no transparency. So they put these transparency laws in you know, to make sure that this stuff gets reported. Okay, and what happens? The Democrats immediately start violating the rules again. It's the same thing they always do. The rules are there for somebody else, but if we get caught doing it, well, you know, you should ignore this.
Yep. When it comes to EOC, let's face it, she might not have been arrested, but her development definitely is. Here's something for you. The news in the United Kingdom, news coverage from newspapers to TV news has to follow one of the laws of the land, which is it has to observe impartiality. Now, to my mind, they all should be shut down because they're not doing that anymore.
God, they haven't done that for years, man. Thank God. It's not new.
I'd say not since the late 80s, early 90s. But
yeah, pretty much.
They're actually breaking the law.
Well, actually, they're breaching their contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but once again, you know, the media is going to sit up there and give her a pass because it's AOC, and she can't be talked about this way. I mean, she's a flat out crook. And when you found out, and this all goes back to her time with the Young Turks.
Oh, Tim of the Hun in the chat there saying her mother is as daft as she is. AOC is going to get married and have kids.
Well, I thought she said she didn't want to have kids. I thought she said it'd be irresponsible to have kids because of climate change.
No, it would be irresponsible to have kids because it would damage the gene pool.
Yep. I agree with that 100%. There are too many people on this planet that should not breed. They will only damage.
You're just saying that because your larder's empty.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm not saying anything about that.
well, no. The thing is, though, like most of these politicians can go 20 years before they get busted. She couldn't make it. What? 6 months?
Yeah, I mean, what they've been doing was obviously illegal, and the problem that she had is that the scrutiny is on her because she is the primary focus of everybody. She wanted to be the hero. She wanted to be the great grand glorious savior, all right, of the leftist cause. And they can try and deny this as much as they want. This is serious criminal stuff, and it's pretty obvious because of how stupid they were. It's pretty obvious to everybody that they thought they could get away with it. They really did. She is that narcissistic. All right. The left is this narcissistic that they could be that brazen. I mean, good God, where's Hillary? She arrested yet?
Well, no, but I mean, I'm just saying though, like freaking busted in your first term. Like, how fucking idiotic are you?
Look how many people are following her. Who's the bigger idiot? The idiot or the idiots that follow them?
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah.
You have Bernie Sanders on record saying bread lines are a good thing because it means people are being fed.
Well,
yeah, that's coming from somebody who's never had to go to a food bank before in their life. All right.
No, because last time Bernie Sanders was there, was hungry. Jesus gave him some loaf and a fish.
Nice.
No, seriously, that's coming from somebody who's never had to fucking be poor and knows that there is nothing at the fucking food banks. There's nothing.
That was weak. I mean, the whole point is you got Bernie Sanders, who's like, what was he, a fucking couch surfer? You know?
Yeah, that's
no, I mean, he's got no fucking substance whatsoever, and he's meant to be taken serious. Yeah, it's like, you know, same thing with, you know, Corbyn over here. I mean, the guy is a nowhere person. He's never done anything in his life outside of, you know, politics.
Well, he did.
I mean, how could you take a politician seriously who's never actually, you know, never had a life outside of politics?
College. He did go where no man has ever gone before. He's had sex with Diane Abbott.
Well, okay. Right, but, you know, the point still...
But
the important points still stand before you try to make that, you know, pointless.
I totally agree. I mean, Sanders got bullied off his own fucking campaign speech by two fat black girls. You not remember that?
No, I don't actually.
Oh, but he was, it was before Trump got elected, when he was campaigning to be the Democrat choice. And there's these two fat Black Lives Matter women there just bullied him off his own stand.
Wow. Yeah, he's going to make a great president, that one.
He wouldn't survive.
Well, you know, like I said, but this is what I'm saying, is, you know, it's whether or not we're actually going for representation. I mean, wasn't the major call for no taxation without representation? Apparently, it's now just, you know, he who shouts loudest will be heard. That seems to be the case at the moment. It's pretty pathetic.
Hey, a time of the Hun remembers. But let's face it, even if he had the backbone, he wouldn't survive his first term in office. I mean, you've seen how that job ages people.
No, but he doesn't even have any. No, he's got no ability to do the job.
What you watch out for is if Hillary is vice president, you know he's going to die within the first 90 days. Just saying.
And then if my assassins are on target, Hillary will die soon after. Isn't that right, Jensen?
I'm denying everything. Just saving time. Right, I've got to go, people. So, no night all.
Good night. Say hello to Queen Bee for us.
I will do, sir. Will do.
Is he gone yet?
All right. So, anything else that I missed out on, or are we pretty much caught up on the news since my absence?
Oh, I think you're pretty much yeah, I think you're pretty much caught up in the news, with the exception of Tommy Robinson basically getting kicked off Facebook.
Yep.
No, and his book is kicked off Amazon. I saw that this morning. That's interesting.
Yep.
Because they don't want people to read it.
Well, no, that's kind of weird. The only thing I remember Amazon banning was the Confederate flag after that douchebag shot up a church. So after that idiot, Amazon started banning shit. But other than that, though, they haven't really banned any books at all until now. And it seems to be the only reason they banned it is because his name is on it.
Sounds about right. Then he's got the false reputation of being a neo-Nazi.
Ah, but Batman, that's not the thing, because I can go on Amazon right now and buy Mein Kampf.
Yeah, but that's Mein Kampf comes under the umbrella of being a historical document. You can also buy the thoughts of Chairman Mao, I should imagine.
Yeah, but you could buy books by David Duke on Amazon, I'm sure. Let me go to Amazon. Let's see.
Dodge, you're nearest. Can you poke MC with a stick, see if he's still alive?
I'm more or less alive. Why?
You've been awfully quiet.
I've been awfully busy. Unfortunately.
Right. You've got the Pornhub on, haven't you?
No, I do not have Pornhub up.
Oh, hey, can you remember that song by Madonna? You know the one. Sherati, put your hands over my body.
But in all honesty, look, I've got something I got to take care of, so I'll try and be back.
Yeah, I've been torturing Sherati with their ABBA songs.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, so okay. I can go on Amazon right now and buy the Turner Diaries. That's a white supremacist book. It is $24 on paperback. Oh, the Anarchist Cookbook. I could buy that for $23.57.
There is the possibility that Amazon had the book on there. Yeah, anti Tommy Robinson people saw it and kept lodging complaints until they took it down.
Maybe. Because there's a lot of books on here that you wouldn't think you could buy. Kind of like the bestseller.
My gosh, I've already sent you these fucking books anyway.
Yeah, shut up, Cabby. But no, Anarchist Cookbook is a bestseller on Amazon, and they have it highlighted as a bestseller. So okay, they're not taking his book down because it's inflammatory.
No, it's arbitrary. This is a purely arbitrary decision. That's all it is. It's pathetic. No, I mean they just want to. They want to reduce any ability for him to have an income. That's what they want to do. They want to drain his income.
Cabbage, you just summed up Western civilization in one word there. Pathetic.
Oh yeah, it's definitely been that way. Yeah, it's a sorry state of affairs. It really is.
It is. And we only have ourselves to blame.
We do. Because we're trying to be nice to everybody all the time. And you can't be. Because some people are just assholes, and you've got to let them know they're assholes and just let people be, themselves.
It's because people...
Cabbage, you're an asshole.
I know. And that's the thing. That's the whole point. I know that I am. Or I can be at times. I can also be an extremely
speaking of assholes,
hello,
Batman, Tema has been worried sick about you.
I just, you go through those periods where you just can't be bothered with everything, and that's why I disappeared for a bit. I just couldn't be bothered with everything. And
no, he didn't. He just couldn't afford his fucking internet. That's what
actually I could.
Yeah.
I didn't even have the computer turned on. Just couldn't be bothered with things, and I didn't want my mood to.
Oh, you would talk to me, but you wouldn't talk to. Oh, you would talk to me and you would talk to Ren, but you wouldn't talk to anybody else.
I was offline for at least 3 weeks.
And you were still talking to me, and you were still talking to Ren.
Occasionally, I was talking to you, but I wasn't talking to Ren during those times because I didn't even have YouTube on. Most of the time, my computer wasn't actually on.
See, here's the difference. I've been gone forever too, but that's because my computer wouldn't turn on. I had no electricity.
That's because you were covered in like 50 feet of ice.
Yeah, but that's because you live in, Hicksville. It's your fault. You can go somewhere civilized.
Yeah, shut up.
Hang on. Yeah, You have to find somewhere you can get bagels. I mean, you have a friend's experience. Oh.
I'm not moving to New York.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have you. That's because if you'd let us finish, Dodge, I was going to say that's because New York has bad taste. There, I said something nice about you.
Yeah, I know. Write that on the calendar.
Yeah. Frame the fucker. It's not going to happen again.
Yeah, right. But no, I don't know. I think we pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk about today. I'm glad to be back. Be doing the show again tomorrow. I think I'm going to get off here and catch up on some news and everything and actually enjoy having internet. So thank you, everybody, for coming out. Good night, good luck, and don't go to France. We're out of here.
The only reason I'm here is because Batman is.
Yay.